Good morning. It is another bright and early start because, what am I looking for? It's going to be very, very hot. So it was pretty hot yesterday. It's going to be hotter today, hotter tomorrow, and then Sunday, Monday is also hot. So we've got quite a few days of, quite frankly, not very nice weather. I hate it when it's this hot. More so than the horses, to be honest. The horses don't seem to be overly worried about it, but alas, I've come up bright and early to try and get all my jobs done, and get the horses all sorted until I come back up this evening. So yeah, I've got a few things I need to do. I need to put another bit of track up here behind me. I would like to ride Triple because, like I said, it's been being hot for quite a few days rather than just like one off day, and I do need to ride him. So that's that, and then obviously the usual hay, water, feeds, all that rubbish. And then I'd like to take Dusty out as well, we'll see. But of course, as always, when you've got quite a few things to do, one of the ponies is out, and I don't actually know how she's gotten out. She's the only one in there, which is unusual. Beanie and Georgia are normally joined at the hip, so that's my first job. I'm going to veto that straight away. Hi, Shaz. Because I need to take the rails down to get her out down here, and is 6:05, and I don't really want to use the impact driver that early, so she's happy, she's eating. She can stay there for the minute, and I will get her out when it's a bit of a better time. Oh, that's interesting. So they've hardly drunk anything. So we were up here. Oh, can I turn you off, please? What did we leave? We left at 8:30 last night. They've not really touched the water, interestingly enough, overnight. So that's good, that's one less job. That's our salt water. And then obviously everything else is nice and full and clean. I always thought that I would hate the fact we don't have automatic troughs. But actually, I quite like not having to rely on that. I know that sounds really weird, but because I've got to then fill these up manually, but A, I can keep an eye on how much they're drinking, and B, it means I can keep stuff clean. So we've got a bit of a system here. So obviously these are all clean and full at the moment, but say these two were down like halfway and like maybe looking a little bit green. To save water, mainly, tip one into the other. We put this in now to say, don't fill that green one up, don't put any more clean water in it. Obviously clean, and then refill the other one with fresh. And to be fair, they do still drink the green water. Like, it's us that don't like the look of it. I'm sure sometimes they prefer it. Like, I'll watch them sometimes and they'll go through all the clean buckets and go, actually, I'd quite like the green one today. So I'm sure there's stuff in it that they know and they recognise that they need. And yeah, it means I really don't like the thought of tipping out so much water all the time to clean stuff, especially when it's warm like this. Obviously things do get green a little bit quicker because that's how it happens. But yeah, I wouldn't panic. But back to the thing with the trough is that troughs are a nightmare to keep clean, and then you have to empty the whole thing, and you can never get all the water out. And yeah, I just much prefer our little setup here with them split. So at least I don't have to do the water this morning. So I'm sure I've showed this before, but yeah, basically I use ground nets. Obviously mine are all barefoot, and I prefer to feed off the ground. So if they've got nets, obviously they've got these small hold nets, and then I tie them up in a specific way. So the knot I always pull to the bottom just because it makes life easier. Can I do this one-handed? Let me see, hang on. So yeah, pull the knot to the bottom, and then I loop it through one of these. I think I've shown this before, but it was probably a while ago. I'm sat on it, but I don't want to move because of my phone. So you've made a little loop here. I pull that all super tight so there's no big holes in it. Obviously we don't want big holes, and then I basically just daisy chain it through until you get to the end. I could do with some smaller nets, both in size and in hole size. These are the biggest small hold nets that you can kind of use on the ground, if that makes sense. Nope, I need to redo that bit, that's too big. Right, here we go. And see, there's nowhere ponies can get feet in, and that's all nicely tied together. and all safe. So the other thing that I'm doing slightly differently at the moment is I haven't been soaking the hay. So I was soaking the hay because we had a dusty, well, it wasn't dusty, but Georgia was coughing a lot. Basically, oh goodness. So I have been soaking the hay, and then we've had a new lot since then, which seems to be agreeing with her better. So I haven't been soaking the hay, but now I'm soaking it again, purely to get a bit more water in them, basically. So yeah, I'm just going to give everything a quick soak, purely to get, say, a bit more water into them, rather than the fact that this hay needs soaking. And then I need to feed Triple. And then I think I might take him out for a ride now before it gets too wham. Only a short ride, but a ride nonetheless. And then I can get warm doing the fencing, which is always great fun. And retrieving Beanie from where she is, although she looks like she's making her way up to the exit, actually. So maybe she's heard the hay. She's pretty chill up there though. She's just wandering around eating loads of grass. Hello. You managed to get back in then. Right. Should I rescue you? You're gonna go like the clappers, aren't you? It's your own fault. That way. Bye bye. Can't actually see. Oh, maybe there. That's like the only place she. Oh no, it's a bit trashed down there as well, actually. But still, the fact that only she was out is good. While I'm here, I might as well put the slip rails back up, because there's just no point in them having this, especially when they know. Well, Beanie knows she can now escape, which get in. Hello, is not what we want, but yeah, the slip rails make life reasonably easy for stuff like this, just taking them in and out. apparently I can't put them back in. So yeah, they've got all the track, and then I can open this bit up, or there's some slip rails, but there I can open up into the main field, and obviously there's rails 1, 2, 3, although they're not slip rails anymore. But yeah, I'd open this bit up. As you can see, it's mostly docks, unfortunately, which is something else I need to deal with. And I did move the fence yesterday, and you can see they've just absolutely demolished it. So I think they'll be happy to have a little bit extra later on. God, it's better in the shade. It's 6:30. My God, it's boiling already. I am still going to take Triple out. It's not like incredibly hot, but it's hot enough. Whether I'll get the other that I want to do this morning out, probably not, but it's not the end of the world. This isn't the same sort of video I did a few years ago, where I kind of shared like all the up-to-date research and stuff on cooling and feeding and this sort of stuff. So if you want that sort of information, I did share it 2 days ago. No, yesterday. I shared it yesterday, so you can go have a look at that. But in short, salting their food, which they should have all year round, salted water, sloppy feeds if they have feed, soaking the hay. You can, if they're really struggling, you've got no shade, you can soak them and leave them. Do not scrape them, do not dry them, just completely soak them and leave them. They will cool via evaporation, they're not going to boil. And sun cream, realistically. If you don't have shaded fields, then maybe stables are better for you. But for us, our stables get very, very hot. And I don't stable them anyway, so it would be silly to stable them and stress them when they're not used to that. So they all stay out. We've got these big trees here, which are fantastic for shade in both sides of the field. The quarry behind us, they've got access to as well, that's shady, and there's more shade here that you can't quite see. So we're very lucky. And the trees, honestly, the difference when you walk from, like, even midday, you walk from there into the shade. I would love to know the difference in temperature because it's so nice. So nice. So yeah, those are the pinpoints, but if you want more specifics, go and watch that video from 3 years ago. But for now, I'm gonna go and grab Triple, get him tacked up and go out for a ride. Probably the earliest ride I've done for a very, very long time. That I was out of my gates on a horse by 7 o'clock, which probably says more about me than anything else. But yeah, it is hot already. However, I've picked a very nice shaded route intentionally, although it's more shaded in places than I thought, and it's actually really nice in the shade. It's lovely. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's nice and cool. Bit of sun peeking through here and there, but yeah, very, very nice. I don't think I will do any of the others, because I think it's going to get a bit too hot, and I have got to do the fencing, and I would like to get the fencing done before it gets like scorchio, because I won't be very well. Basically, what are you looking at? But yeah, I mean, this is only like, what, 45 minute little route, if that. So yeah, we'll be back pretty soon, and then I'll chuck him back out, do the final jobs on the yard, and then go up and do, go up and do the final bit of the trap. I'm actually cold. Chilly. Right, where is it? Oh, big. That's not happened before. Not to you anyway. I can't see anything. Almost up. Oh. Oh, good boy. Crisis averted. We're back, and Jewel's back out. And we are back before 8 o'clock, but I do have some bad news for those of you invested in the fly mask chat. Over on Instagram. Look, can you put this on, please? So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. I don't particularly think it's a reflection on the mask itself. Gabby is... Where was that clip gone? Oh, there it is. Gabby is a destroyer of everything. Naz's is still perfectly fine, but yeah, I'm going to see what I can do to patch that up. Let's have a proper look at what you've done. So that's... yeah. I mean, maybe I can repair it. I don't know. There's a big... oh my god, you really have done a number on this. And up here. This is why I never bothered with fly mask for you. But I will say, it's still on. That's normally the problem with Gabby. She normally like just drags them off, and they end up being killed that way. These haven't come off at all. So I think from that point of view, it's definitely a good idea. So maybe I could patch up the mesh somehow, and still use the main body of it, because that side of it works, oh my god, really, really well. The flies have been horrendous, so she's probably just been a bit itchy scratchy, more so than normal. And yeah, she's made a right mess of it. Naughty girl. You get some cream on your nose as well. There we go, we're all sweet itch creamed up. So I used to always use the, oh god, I can't remember what it's called. Am I boring you? It was the stuff from Violet, and I just couldn't find any last year, so we've ended up with this. I had some anyway, and I just don't think it's quite as good, or for Gabby it's not quite as good. But yeah, you can see she's been rubbing her mane. Her forelock's not as long and thick as it normally is. Her mane's not too bad, to be fair. It's looking alright, and her tail's okay. Realistically, whatever's covered is normally alright, hence wanting the fly mask and the ears, but we're going to have another thought on that. Yeah, you can see she's rubbed all here again. Oh, Gabs. So, talking of discontinued, I have been rationing this pot for ages. Charlie jumped on it and broke it, I don't know, like last year. So it's had no lid for ages, as you can see by the flies. But I do finally have a new pot. They've finally started remaking them. There's some more batches out. And I think I actually ended up getting mine off Amazon. I think it was the cheapest place. Don't rub. The cheapest place with stuff still left. So yeah, this is by far the best. Can you not? I'm just going to ignore that. By far the best sunblock for horses. Gabby definitely needs it. Final job before I go. It's 20 to 9, and yeah, it's definitely warming up. Horses have all been round the track, had a drink, because you've probably just seen them all meander back down, being a bit nosy as to what I'm doing. So we've struggled for a little while now to find reasonable online fencing suppliers. About, I want to say 6 months ago, maybe longer, we needed to order some more posts for use in the other field to kind of keep them off one of the fences. So those posts and these, which I think are the same but the smaller version, we got these and the other posts that are over there from Electric Fence Online, and they have also very kindly given me a brand new energiser. So we bought the posts, but they have given me a Gallagher, what was it, 3 kilometre energiser, which, okay, admittedly this stretch isn't 3 kilometres, but some of the track is, and I think that's going to come in handy. I mean, energisers are always handy anyway. It's really compact, it's really cute. They've got so much stuff on there, and really, really nice stuff. I've seen some very nice new tape and some new isolators that I have got my eye on for another project, and yeah, just everything that you need really, which is good. I find that the tack shops are just, they're so much higher priced than online, and you know, you just can't afford to be spending extra when you don't need to. Everything on there has been very, very good value. There's 20 posts here, and I think they were £30, maybe a little bit less. Right, let's try and get this open without trashing the box. No, box trashed. Okay, so obviously this has been in the box, so it's not going to be charged yet. I'm tempted to not actually open the track up that I put up today until later anyway, because obviously it's completely in the sun, there's no shade up here, and they're going to want to spend time up here, like they are going to want to be up here eating, and I'd rather they were down there in the shade. So I might not force their hand with that and just not open it till this evening, which will give this a chance to charge up as well. So if I can get the box, there we are. It's very nice and neat, and I think it's pretty idiot proof as well, which is always good. I might grab you, I might not do this yet, I will show you up closer and do all that afterwards. So for now, let's leave you there and leave that there. Let's get these posts open and start putting some fence up. Oh, right. I think I'll just do one set of posts at a time. I think I will need all 20, but oh, they click together ones as well. I didn't realise that. That's good. Just makes life easy for storing them and for carrying them, to be honest. Right, let's go and get sorted. So my plan is to do from this corner here, maybe that fence post, straight across and up to, we've actually got slip rails here which obviously need to go back on, but up to that corner. I'll probably like square it off. I don't want to have a dead end for them to get stuck in, because the intention will be at some point to have this open and have another run, maybe this bit open as well, another run up to the back of the big lorry so that they've got another section of track. I just want to put track everywhere basically. So they've still got a reasonable bit of grass on the track, but also they've got to move around. At the moment they've got access to the field on the other side of the beech trees up here, like a diagonal line. They've got the patch here, they've got the lane that comes up here, then it goes down there, back to the back of the stables, and the water's there. Obviously the bit I've just shut off was this stretch along here. So yeah, a fair bit of fencing required. God, I'm melting. So I haven't actually needed all the posts at the moment. I need to get some baling twine to tie the other posts to the ends. I was trying to get some isolators on, so a bit of fence I'm not using, but they're rather stuck in there. So what have we used? So 6 left. We used 14 posts, that's not too bad. And then all I've got to do is put the electric on. It is as simple as that. And I'm going to screw those rails back in now, and then when I come back up later I will take either those rails off or those rails, or possibly both. I haven't decided yet. We shall see. But yeah, hopefully they'll be happy. It's not thickest grass in here, which is why I've decided not to try and cut it for hay, because there's just no point. But it's stalky enough and long enough, it'll give them at least a few days of grazing and kind of, you know, almost like standing hay realistically. It's so dry. And then what I might do is just like strip graze it down to the trench maybe. Not entirely sure yet. We'll see how they get on.
A few moments later.
Why does this always happen? I literally wrapped all this up nice and tidily from the other field, put it in the wheelbarrow, tied the end to one of the things, and it's still got itself in a big bird's nest. It's way too hot for this, and I want to give up now. Finally managed to untangle it all after about, oh my god, 20 minutes. Oh my god, it's actually been taking 20 minutes for me to untangle all that. Anyway, so posts done, fencing done. I've got 3 runs up until here, so I'm just short, because obviously I've got little naughty escapee ponies, as you saw this morning. So yeah, I'll try and get an extra bit to just do this section. I think I've got some spare that length somewhere. So the last thing is to do our energiser, which I will do over there. But what I also need to do, so you see where it's not so bad. Oh, I suppose there's a bit here. See, it's a bit, God, you can hear all the crickets and the grasshoppers. It's a bit long in places, so it's touching the fence. Obviously I don't want to short it out. So I need to come up with a strimmer and just give it a reasonable trim. I don't want to go too short because I don't want the horses obviously eating cut grass, so I'll just take the top off, and that will be that. The other thing that I need to do later is actually bring some water up for me, not for the horses, up for me, up here. I need to water the ground a bit for the ground stake. What you might find this sort of time of year when the ground is literally solid and there's no moisture in it, that the ground doesn't work properly, so then the energisers don't always work properly. So if you're finding you've got problems with that, just dump a bucket of water or something where your ground stake is, moisten all the ground up around there, and hopefully you should have a little bit more energy, then it should work better basically. Got a 7-year warranty with it as well, that's pretty good. So let's have a look. So yeah, charging before use, obviously that makes sense. It should come with 50% charge by the looks of that, that's quite good. But obviously I'm going to leave it till later on anyway. I don't have a post to put it on, but that's fine because I don't do that with some of mine anyway. I just, if they're on the other side of the fence, I just leave them on the, like they sit, they're designed to sit on the floor as well, so that's fine. I think it really is as simple as plug in and play. So let's see if I can do this one-handed. Let's take the elastic band off of these, all very tidily packed. They will not be like that for very long. And then, oh, that's nice and tidy. So we're gonna take the red to the red, green to the green. See, that's fairly obvious, you would think anyway. Pop that in there. Make sure that's sitting flat. That's quite nice. Nice little cut out. Actually, I might turn that round. That's better. It's quite difficult to do this with one hand, but we're managing. We're doing it. Right, tighten that up all the way. That ain't going anywhere. Same for the ground. Nice and tight. So that's it. Obviously, if you had a stake for it, you put it on the stake as well. And then, yeah, I do need to get a ground post. Although, actually saying that, I've got one there. I don't need to. So I'm going to strategically place that there. Actually, I might put it behind the fence so that they can't kick it. I'm going to put the ground on my electric fence post here, multi-purpose, like so. Sorted. Like I say, I definitely need to water that. That's very dry there. And then this should reach. I'm actually going to put it on the middle for my naughty ponies. Actually, I'm going to put it through this bit instead. There we are. And let's just turn it on and see. Ooh. Well, it's already clicking, so it's already working, which is good. I will turn it off for now though, because I don't need it at the moment. Let it charge up, and I will let the ponies loose this evening, and I'm sure they'll appreciate having a bit of extra grass, bless them. I think they've been starved for ages. But yeah, I definitely say if you've got any fencing and stuff that you need to do, whether it's patching off stuff to save grass for the winter, which is obviously what we do, or the track, you know, like we've got a track set up that is pretty much all electric fence bar some wooden posts, but even that, there's electric fence on there which I am going to keep. So isolators, fencing, fence posts, energizers, like we go through a lot of that stuff. And yeah, I found that electric fence online have been very, very reasonably priced. Go and have a look and see if they've got what you need. I mean, they will definitely have what you need. They have pretty much everything, for not just horse stuff either. I think they've got cow stuff as well. So yeah, go and have a look. The Gallagher stuff seems to be really nice, and good quality as well, and they've got plenty of that. So yeah, check them out, and I will check back in this evening when we let them all loose in here. Come on then. No, why are you coming back out? No, we're getting out of the way. Go on. Charlie, you're gonna have to actually get in. Charlie! Sunny! Hello, you're gonna help me. Right, beep beep. You're gonna get wet.
Pretty Caroline.